that as well, right? It's the assassin emblem core, the adaptive penetration, the stats. It's just a little bit huge. It's just too much. And it's just so value for
cannot
assassins.
ignore it,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, assassins seeing that attribute level 1, they really want to pick up that assassin. But yeah, I still don't really know for sure why Stack doesn't really show up anymore.
Yeah, and they say that this is a magic or a mage meta, but it seems like it's an assassin meta.
Which just counters the mages.
Huh?
Which just counters the
Exactly,
mages.
Yeah.
exactly. And you even see that mages actually go for the assassin emblem instead of the mage emblem, depending, of course, on their gameplay. If Farsa, like more damage mages, they usually go for the assassin instead for the pen, as well as the movement speed. So, doesn't feel good to be a mid laner right now. Very difficult.
A lot of eyes will aim for the mid lane right now.
Exactly, it's so sad. It's so hard to play rank right now. But ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the drafting phase for game number 1 between CFU Gaming and the Yudu Red Giants. CFU with the first pick, Yudu with the second. And we can already see the bans coming through here. And once again, Yudu just really playing to their strengths here with the Joy being banned out once again.
Pretty prio here, Colios. Pretty standard ban. Fanny, nothing too crazy yet. But I want to see here, CFU. We know that they like to bring out their crazy playstyle. Perhaps in the first phase, they should bring out their crazy ban style as well. Will they bring it is the question. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yep, and I'm waiting to like, are the CFU gonna ban the Cloud?
There you
from the
go, on
Super?
point.
Oh my god, I just talked about it. Because I think respect is the key for this.
So they've been really watching Super Red play this Claude. And yeah, I mean, Super Red, take a look at him on your screen, right? Sitting in the middle, main character vibes. I love it. You are the main character in this team. Let's see though the response. Faramis ban.
Interesting. Faramis being banned away doesn't mean that they might want to pick up something like the glue. Is it
It can
still
be.
usable?
Not as good as whenever it's still there,
Yeah, no.
but Glue using Brave Smite or even the others are still can be used. I think not too far away or not left behind for the Glue itself.
I mean, looking at the options, Arlet is the prio hero that hasn't been banned yet, right? So CFU, perhaps they're eyeing for that Arlet pick. Or
Kadit.
Yves, right? With the Kadita ban, Yves just makes more sense here, securing that mid laner as your anchor. And again, Z is the anchor of this team.
It's a good question. Good point as well. Valentina.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think
Valentina.
Novaria is also an option for Yudu in order to respect Z.
If they want to like do like a high ground defensive, who can open the map using the Astar Eco, and then let's see.
Or, you know, if I was Yudu Red Giants, I'd ban the... Oh no, they don't have to.
They don't have to.
They don't have to ban the Ling. We're not really sure if Detective can actually utilize this Ling or any other assassins for that matter. So they go for the Eve ban instead. CFU Gaming, they can definitely pick up the Arlet here.
It's either Arlet or the Valentina here, Colius, right?
For
I mean,
me, Arlet, I think
yeah.
much be better.
you think more value in Arlet? Let's see,
Yeah.
let's see. Because you have to keep in mind here, 2 mages already banned out technically, right? With the Kadita and Yves. So if they pick up the Valentina here, but yeah, Arlet. Oh, Valentina will be picked
Wow.
up. So yeah, I mean, looking at the mages options, it's quite slim, right?
Arlet and Novaria can be good pick for the Yudu Red Giant, I think.
Couldn't disagree. I mean, yeah, I think that doesn't make sense, right? Arlet and Novaria taking it away in the hands of CFU. Well, we have some
Yeah,
yet to see.
I definitely would go for Arlet here. Honestly, Zach QT is known to play the Farsa as well. We've seen the Farsa quite a few times. If they want to go for early rotations and fast clear, they can totally utilize that as well. Very risky though, going against the Valentina, who could copy the Feather Airstrike. But there you go, Fredrin as well as Arlet. So
So we gonna see Fredrin
Fredrin
jungler
jungle.
right now.
what's the win rate, I wonder, for that?
I don't know. After the new patch, it's rarely seen a team who are using Fredrin as a jungle, but we didn't know if they want to combine it maybe with the support killer like Astus or the others.
You know, if we're talking about Fredrin Arlet pick, let's not forget the Arlet can be placed in that roam position. But it's still a maybe that this Arlet is going to be EXP Fredrin jungle. But if they are able to flex it out, this Arlet roam, Fredrin EXP, and then suddenly pick up an assassin, that is also a possibility. CFU. With this response, perhaps just a pick up. Oh, they're playing it safe here. They're playing it safe. They want to secure a Kaja that can lock one of the heroes. And Lancelot, as we all know, assassin patch here. Very, very strong. And there you go.
So why did Red Giants go for a Faramis ban, right? I think that's one of the main curiosities, honestly, that I have, because if you want to pick up the Faramis, if you want to pick up the Arlet, you can actually allow CFU Gaming to pick up the Faramis if they wanted to, but that could be difficult even because the Valentina is still open. Still very curious to me. I wonder what the last pick from the side of Red Giants will be.
Mage?
It's gonna be Farsa, there you go.
Farsa. Wow. With IMU, I think Valentina can easily copy the Feather Airstrike if the positioning is right. And when Farsa is using the Feather Airstrike, so he's on the idle position. Right? So it's a sitting duck target for the Kaja itself to get inside using the Divine Judgment, or even the Lancelot using the Puncher and the Tone Rouge.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, right? I mean, they are forced to pick up the Farsa here, but then again, they already have the Lancelot and the Kaja. But if they do not pick up the mage, then the second phase, it will be all mages. So no more options for the mage position. A very smart approach from CFU to dictate the drafts.
Alright, we see a Yuzon being banned out here from the Red Giants. Definitely they want to protect Farsa, seeing as CFU have not picked up an EXP laner just yet. You can see that they want to also create space for the Lancelot with the Kufra being taken out. What are the options left here?
For the roamer, you mean?
Grok. They should
Grok.
ban a Grok.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Oh, Grok would be so
With just
good.
the Guardian's Barrier, it will cancel the Feather Airstrike from Farsia.
You can Grok EXP, right?
Can be.
Grok EXP is a possibility here, but Yudu, straightforward, right? They will commit to a EXP ban. Glue and Yuzong, but keep in mind, Lapu Lapu is also still on the board, and Masha here that can be played around with by CFU.
Are they ever gonna use Masha before the CFU?
You know, right now we have no clear data, but I'm just throwing up heroes or options because Farsa is very vulnerable if you're going up against Masha, and perhaps
A lot of counter.
Exactly.
But for the last ban, that's gonna be another roamer hero, or they gonna just close the Barsman? Right?
Yeah, they should just lock out the Grok here. Ban the Grok out if they really want to be secure, but no.
Still swords run deep.
They
Because,
respect.
yeah, they just thinking about, like you said before, Gunny, putting Arlot as the roamer and then the Fredrin as the XP laner.
There's no way that this Valentina goes gold lane, right? I don't know how flex both of these teams are.
I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's improbable, right? Valentina jungle. Let's see here. I still love her on the mid lane, considering not mages left, not a lot of mages left. But you do here. They should pick up the Grok here. Ruby. That works.
They want the stopper, so when Kaja just using the flicker or even using the lightning ball, Ruby will be there.
Yeah, and it's not just Kaja, right? It actually stops the movement from the Lancelot as well. So
Using I'm a bandit.
yeah, exactly. It's inhibiting the movements of any assassin types, and also honestly the Valentina can also be quite vulnerable seeing as her range is limited. But that is a big ultimate to give to the Valentina as well. So now the Valentina has three options, right? They can go Feather Airstrike, I'm Offended, or even the Final Slash.
You know what? I just thought that Leslie might be good because it have a long range to be reached. Like it makes Arlot dive in too far away, or even Ruby is not getting the range, and Fredrin. So they can play front to back, but they pick Melissa. That is good too because of the models. It can connect to the 5 heroes during team fight, and the Red Giant have 3 melee heroes there.
Yeah, 3 mil with that Ruby because well, it clarifies that this Fredrin will enter that jungler position as well. Right now, they need a marksman. You mentioned the hero here.
What's the option, right?
Minotaur, maybe?
For gold lane?
For gold lane?
Oh, no.
They need...
Beatrix?
Or they can win 1-3-1.
There you go,
Oh.
Beatrix. Yeah, I feel like it's the safest pick for them at this point, right?
I thought they're gonna play 1-3-1, like putting the Fredrin on the XP, Arlott on the gold lane, and then they pick another jungle. But no.
That'd be kind of cool.
You know,
All right. So looking at the drafts here from both of these teams, CFU as well as the Yudu Red Giants. Quick predictions. Let's start with Agani.
I gotta go with my gut here. I like the left side, so I'm going for CFU.
Okay.
Team 1.
What
I
about
couldn't
Coleus?
agree more.
Okay. Left side supremacy here on the panelist desk. So with that in mind, let's see what the casters think about this.
Thank you, panel. In the battle for the last slot for Group E, it's going to be CFU and Yudu Red Giants. Both teams going into this having the chance to show off their strengths, but at the same time, sort of shaky at times as well. This is bound to be an interesting matchup, Gideon.
Yes, this is going to be an interesting matchup, but even in the drafts alone, there were a lot of many different options that I wasn't expecting, like Melissa to come out knowing that you're going to face off of Farsa. Same goes with the Beatrix when 1-1 is open. It just shows that the meta is changing and preferences as well is changing.
Yeah, man. 1-1 getting just completely snubbed. We're seeing a return to Fredrin in the jungle, which I am surprised. I thought I wouldn't see Chadrin in the jungle again, but well, I was proved wrong by seconds of all people.
And he is going for Concussive Blast. Just I don't know how much that's going to increase his clear speed, but based on the way that he's moving and going into the second camp, thank God he didn't lose that. Going into the second camp, he should be able to catch up.
Yeah, it would have hurt if he started that off, losing that, but yeah, he got it. Purple buff though, it's going to be the Lancelot getting both buffs. First, by the way, don't forget to get your tickets and to sign up for the raffle as well. Speaking of tickets, I wonder which of these two teams are going to book their ticket to Jakarta, because right now, everyone's just okay, just handling the minion waves, prepping up for the first turtle, which spawns in 44.
Let's have a look at the emblems real quick here. I'm seeing movement speed. I'm seeing a lot of vitality being brought on for a majority of these players, including the Beatrix.
Yeah, and you actually see Weapons Master on the side of CFU, so they're thinking the long game. But yeah, Tenacity on the side of Yudu Red Giants, they don't want the snowball potential coming out of CFU, so they're thinking about, all right, we're going to manage it and maybe find a way to get to the point where both of us in the mid to the late game are in pretty even terms.
And they want to do that as quick as possible, right? 12 seconds until the next upcoming neutral objective. This POI is going to be really important for a team like Yudu Red Giants in comparison to CFU Gaming.
Yeah, and I can't believe we really are in the era of seeing an Assassin emblem based on a Farsa. Just goes to show how well those burst mages benefit from having the Assassin base emblem. So now, first turn of the game, and you see Wadu just doing Wadu things. As a Uranus, you're just going to be disrupting as much as possible.
ZachQT is able to hit level 4 in time. Z is going to get a little bit more EXP, but most importantly, Yudu Red Giants looking to secure, and they will get it. On the top side of the map, Ruby keeping tabs on Detective, stealing away the orange buff in the meantime. And now, with 8 more seconds left, are they going to punish Detective here?
Oh, they might actually try to.
It's not going to be easy, right? Because again, it's just the line in the sand is very clear for CFU Gaming.
Yeah, and I'm not used to seeing a game like this with all the assassins we've been seeing. That was the most conservative first turtle take I've seen in the past, ever since the patch drop.
And not to mention, we were expecting to see assassins all day long. That was the trend, but I guess not this time. Here we go, Pancake with the Arm Offended, already finding one, instantly comboing to blow them up with the Feathered Airstrike, and the Biru's Passion didn't even give Z the opportunity to escape.
A lot of confidence coming in from Pancake. And going into this, Pancake was one of the question marks of Yudu Red Giants, of course. Questionable performances here and there. He did show up with the Grok, but that's how you start off the game, just to shake off that bad juju. Flicker, ultimate, pair it up with your Farsa Burst. Yeah, they're starting off this game pretty hot.
That's what you want to see. Now the dive, potential dive on the top side. Bubbles is looking good. Bennett's Rage already connecting, but they still haven't been able to finish off Flamesy in time. A little unfortunate there, not going to lie.
Yeah, again, I'm still trying to shake off, like, wow, we really are on the new patch, but an older playstyle, much more conservative. I think things are just really going to get crazier once Turtle 2, if they don't decide to trade it, or Turtle 3 come up. Maybe even then, it's going to take the first Lord until we see a full massive team fight. Because teams, especially these two, are willing to trade second or third turtle just to make sure they get towers in the opposite lane.
You know, speaking of which, in these kinds of trades, Detective is making sure that his pathing is always ending up on the enemy side of the orange buff. So Skies has to constantly deal with Detective, and once they get him out, he's just going to walk back and reposition, right? He's going to keep on doing this while the EXP laners rotate for this upcoming turtle.
Yeah, and with 9 seconds left until the turtle spawns, that was a great call by CFU to rotate like this, but already forcing out the Phantom X!
It looks almost good. Goja saving his final slash until the very end to actually knock Z out, and that's going to be 3 ultimates for 2. Not too bad, as you do Red Giants now have full position and level 7. Not enough damage to fully clear. Super Red is going to make his way back down towards the EXP lane, so it's going to be a 4v4 up top side. Let's see, because Lancelot should be able to get that purple buff. Is he going to walk up into it? No. Gives it up entirely. Conservative again.
Conservative so far has been the theme of this game, and maybe it's because they really are thinking about the fact that it is an elimination match. It is that last chance to get into Group E. And the rotation you mentioned about Detective checking out the orange buff of Sekis even more, came back to bid him because he was forced to use that Phantom X out, and because he didn't have that, even though he already got his purple, he said, yeah, I'm not going to go for it.
Interesting. It looks like Zach QT is up. I'm not sure where the gold is coming from exactly. He's 21 up, but he's got a Mana Crystal already purchased over Valentina, so I'm guessing that Z, he just doesn't need it just yet, right? He's just waiting on it. He's got the gold for sure. Yeah. In the meantime, Detective trying to bait out as many spells as possible. Sky's unable to find the taunt, but in the meantime, the proxy on that top side forcing Gojes to go and respond.
Okay, so these teams just still a feeling out process. We already saw a switch between the gold laners. Had to double check. Zach Yuri didn't pick up the bargain hunter, so it's not from that. It's just a quick update on the gold that we'll be getting. And Wadu already doing what Uranus is supposed to do, is going to be the deep cuts into the lanes.
So annoying to deal with overall. And Wadu, he's also getting vision over this orange buff, right? If he can force Skies to use a retribution, the opposite side could be... Oh, wow. All right, getting real close there. Really pulling it down towards the wire, both using retributions as well. Sky's finally catching up in EXP.
Yeah, it's going to be reset by the time the turtle spawns. Purple buff. Detective's going to get his first, so Skies might be waiting for the spawn of his purple, which might mean a You Do Red Giants no contest on this turtle, but we'll see.
Possibly. I mean, Detective does have the EXP lead. He just never had position over these POIs. Melissa, unfortunately, can't do too much about this, but will have to use the Inspire to keep himself alive. Flamesy coming in with a Divine Judgment as well. The response, 2 for 2, is going to come to life. A 2 for 1, in a matter of fact, doesn't get the trade back. Z shows up to clear that wave to make sure this tier 1 stands, but the 2v2 up top side with Wadu, Skies, Gojes, and as well as Detective. Only one of these teams is going to be able to make it away. Final Slash being committed as well. Skies wins it out, and Super Red able to take out Z down on the bot side. Wadu in trouble, able to sidestep in time. Gets to live, but the tier 1 and turtle falls into the hands of Yudu Red Giants.
I bet this feels super familiar for Super Red, who at one point was the main gold laner of Blacklist International. The way CFU rotated that to leave an XP laner and the jungler to just fight out for the turtle while the rest go into the opposite lane to try and push. Pretty sure Super Red was the one who made the call. You guys go there, we'll go here. Pancake, come here, help me out. We're going to counter this, because they answered that rotation by CFU perfectly.
It was a really good call, and now Sky's invading enemy territory at this point in time. Get away from me being expanded, forcing Sky's back, but the top side, the quick rotation coming in from Zach QT and Super is going to deter Wadu. That laning phase has not ended.
It's still 8 minutes in, and it's almost just about to end. Yudu Red Giants should be able to get this, but then again, it is still a Uranus we're talking about, and now he has help. So yeah, those towers are probably still going to stand unless someone decides to just go for it.
I think Wadu, oh wait, Pancake, he's walking up forward, looking for the I'm Offended, doesn't connect onto anything. Preemptive Bennett's Rage from Super Red, might have given that away too soon. But now we see the response. Detective's nearby. It's a 4v3 up topside, and Arlott a little late to the party. Even Zing is nearby. Hopefully they don't collapse on this. Gojes goes back incognito.
Yeah, and I want to go back to that engagement we saw in the bottom lane. Gojes gets spotted out. I wonder if CFU will commit. Are they? No, Gojes will be able to walk away. Bottom charge on the Melissa. Perfect, actually.
Oh! The final slash looks so good as he tanks 2 shots while Gojess is jumping around. Sky's taking all the damage as much as he can. No appraisers have to make it work, but Gojess continues to be annoying. Phantom Execution again, not Feather Airstrike is going to secure. Pancake gets the I'm Offended to pull him back, and Wadu all left by himself. Uranus, how much damage can you take? Unfortunately, against Super Red, it's just not enough.
Gojess, what a play to start it off. CFU really thought that, okay, this is going to be a relatively free turret in the mid lane. Nope, final slash full combo, and then the response by Udu Red Giants was great. And look at it. It's still going on. How that sequence started, Gojess looking at Detective right now, and Red Giants will be able to get this Lord without a problem.
Yep, it's talk about conservative for that moment. Instantly broke the ice for the Udu Red Giants. It feels really, really good, but let's also keep in mind, right? I mean, based on what we saw from the Emblem setups, Z has been using his flicker rather defensively, and he decided to pull yourself together.
Yeah, and it's interesting because this is the most conservative Z that we've seen so far from CFU. Usually, Z is the one being aggressive and starting a play. Speaking of, Red Giant starting a play down bottom.
Yep, they're going on to a Wadu. Bennett's Rage is good. Feather Airstrike is there to deter the rest of them, even though it's only committed to 1 shot onto Wadu's side. Final slash from Gojess on Detective to keep him busy. But for the time being, this is so good for Udu Red Giants. Look at that huge wave with Lord stacking on that top side.
Minions, Lords, items, power spikes. The rubber band snaps after all that tension, and Red Giants are the one whipping CFU with that piece of rubber band. I never thought getting whipped by a rubber band would hurt, but it is still leather at the rubber at the end of the day. And Red Giants are just continuing this onslaught of taking resources all across the map like clockwork.
Yeah, I mean, this escalated so fast, right? Nothing was happening. CFU was like, okay, you can have the gold lead, not that big of a deal, right? Come 8th minute, 1 big fight is all it takes. A good play by Gojess really turning this around. And now, inhibitors are getting threatened. The siege just started. Feather Airstrike as well as the final slash onto Wadu's side to pull him out of position. Doesn't secure the kill, but is getting close. The Detective trying to bait out spells, punctures inwards, but he has done his job. CFU protect the inhibitor, but it's at 1 HP, and against a Beatrix, it's as good as gone.
Yeah, and Red Giants, they're just really respecting the potential turnaround that CFU might be able to dish out. They don't decide to jump under. Looking at the 2 XP laners right now, already an Athena's shield was built there by Wadu since Zacuty's damage has been a problem. No Divine Glaive just yet for him, but he does already have the Lightning Truncheon with the Clock of Destiny. As for the Marksman, yeah, that's Super Red way ahead right now, already built up straight into the Haas Claws. That's 4 core items already locked in by the Beatrix.
So disgusting. But even with Arlet, what is that build? What is he going to go for? Is he going to go for the traditional Thunderbolt belt, or does Gojess want to be really risky with his 1.5k lead? Wadu, he's getting pulled in by the I'm Offended, and now can't deal with the damage as the flicker comes in instantaneously. Oh, the final slash slowed by Zero Ray, trying to turn this fight around, but Skies is too tanky, and Super Red refuses to make a mistake, autoing for his life with a Haas Claw to keep him steady. Detective goes down to Gojess. The final slash to end lives, and an inhibitor for free. 1 minion is all it's going to take. Flamesy willing to give his life for hire. That's going to be the game 1 for Udu Red Giants.
12:05:06. 12 kills, 2 kills on the other side for CFU. And yeah, it was just, all right, let's objective. All right, let's turtle. Okay, it's go time. In just a snap, Red Giants, the moment they found the one sequence to finally start off the fighting phase after the laning phase, they just did not let go at all.
Not at all. And I think this is just a testament to the playstyle of Super Ed. Give him a bit of a lead, and he's going to really stretch it.
Yeah, with Haas Claws, he already looks so confident. I'm going to dash forward. I'm going to flicker forward. I do not care. You're under turret. It's completely fine. We're going to juggle the turrets. And wow, this Red Giant squad, after like a very shaky start here in the Snapdragon Pro season, Sunny from out of nowhere just showing insane